Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be sitting down and just filming again for you guys. I did take a little break just to study and focus on finals and make sure that I was able to finish off the course strong because come on, like trust me, when we switched to a virtual environment, oh my gosh, I slacked so hard. But you know, I'm finally done, it's over. And just a disclaimer, I do have a top on, but it might cut off during the video. But yeah, I do have a top. I got this from Shein and it's so pretty. I love the moon and the stars on it. And then I matched it with this little choker that I bought from Dalmata. They're like a local business from California, which is so amazing. I love it. It does have my name on it. I thought it was so cute. Okay, so now that we got the outfit details out of the way, I am so excited to be filming today's video because I know it's been trending a lot. I might have been hopping a little bit late on it, but we are going to be creating Demie's Fox Eye 90s glam makeup look. So stunning. We did the Demie look, Demie, because I did an intro earlier and oh my gosh, I am gonna let that one roll, but I just wanted to correct you guys that it's Demie, and I spoiled the look for you guys. This is how it turns out. So but if you want to learn how to do this look, well then keep on watching. These chips are amazing. These are sabritones. They have chile and lime on them. Delicious. And I don't even like chile. So yeah, these are just the perfect amount that don't pica. So first off, I'm going to start by taping my eyes. I'm going to put tapes at each corner. Like that. Just so I can make sure like the shadow and the liner are precise, because in that look the blend is there and everything, and I think it would be so hard to have like such a straight line while trying to do that liner with both of the colors. So yeah, okay, I think they're even. Fingers crossed they are. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is just priming my lid with the P. Louise base. This is in the shade Rumor 1. There we go, there's the light, and it's just one of the lighter bases, and I love this base just because it's really thick, so it will really hold that eyeshadow on. I'm just applying that all over my eye. So I'm gonna first start out by taking, I don't want to tilt it all the way just because it is broken. I'm going to start off by taking my Morphe 35O and my Morphe R37 brush. It's just a nice fluffy brush. And we're going to start out by kind of just following that wing that she has, but we're giving it a little bit of base to it. I'm going in with this shade right here. It's on the second row. So what have you guys been up to? What have you all been doing during quarantine? I honestly can say that I've literally have spent most of my time just focusing on doing my work, but now that that's over, I've been so excited to do things that I've been wanting to do, such as filming for you guys and also painting and just doing some self-care and stuff like that. So yeah, I am really excited. I'm actually gonna go in with this shade from the James Charles palette and just set my eye with that. So the next shade I feel like she goes in with would be this one right here, but not a lot of it. You can definitely see that the color is very minimal. They didn't really build up the pigment or anything, so I'm going to be making it look as natural as possible. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe E17 brush, which is more like of a compact one. So we basically like covered up the whole undertone, but that's great because we can always blend it out. And now we have like kind of like that light wash that she had on her eyes. And remember, I'm getting like the least amount of product as possible. And I feel like her makeup was brought in a little bit like that, but not all the way in, just like about almost halfway. And so I'm gonna be waiting until we put the black on, but on the inner part of her eye, right here in this part, I feel like she has it a little bit more defined, a little more contoured. So I'm just taking my butter bronzer from Physicians Formula in the shade Sunkissed and adding some dimension there. So now that that's applied, I'm going to cut a little bit of the crease just because I feel like this brown definition part is a little too thick. So I'm going to make it a little more defined as well, because that's how it looks in the picture. I'm using some of that excess eye base that I still have from my primer. And I'm not grabbing a lot. I'm just making sure I kind of line that and drag it down. And when I'm getting to the outer part, I'm making sure I'm going a little bit more out like that, just because when she does that nose contour, I want it to look just as defined as hers. And then I'm grabbing that brush that I used from the beginning when I applied my first color, kind of just blending it together. So now I'm going to be going in with the black, and I'm going to be going in with this shade from the James Charles palette. Like I've said for many times, I do not have the shade names on here, so I will put them below for you guys. And I'm going to be using this Anastasia Beverly Hills angled brush as well. So when I'm putting on the black shadow, I'm making sure I'm pushing it really tight to my lash line, because that's how she has it. And I'm kind of gonna extend my eye like that. I am gonna like blend out the black a little bit more, but right now I'm just applying it and making sure it's there. So now to blend out the black a little bit, I'm gonna be going in with this shade from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. This is called Sparks. And I'm using that E17 brush just to kind of go over the black a little bit. So as I did that, you can see that I did buff out the black a little bit more. And then I'm just going to bring this out a little bit using a lighter hand. And then we're going to do the same to the other eye. This is how it looks so far. I am going to be adding a little bit more black to it, and I am going to go a little bit thicker, but I think that's practically the whole routine for this look. It's just kind of the same steps repeating. I'm going to make the line a little bit longer. I'm not going to do that inner corner thing that she has yet, just because I want to make sure I have all my base on. So like when I'm putting my foundation around there and stuff, like it won't really make a mess from trying to cover up the black, if that made any sense. Okay, so now that that black shade is on, I'm going to be going back in with that Spark shade from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection and just buffing this out. And honestly, the tape is just such a lifesaver. It's really such a guidance. And here you want to stay as close to your waterline. You want to try to avoid going into your lid area. There we go. Hopefully when I take the tape off, it won't look bad, but I mean, so far I think it's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna kind of go in with a darker brown for this kind of shadow that's up here. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade. I remember this shade because I use it so much. It's called Tea, and I'm taking this fluffy brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just gonna be going as light as possible. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just gonna go over it with my R37 brush, but I just wanted to add a little bit more dimension to it. Okay, I honestly think I'm just gonna finish blending up a little bit more. and then we'll be done with the eyes. Okay, so now it's time for the big reveal. Okay, wow, I am not mad at it. Maybe the liner's a little too thick in my opinion, but I mean, that's fine. We can make it a little bit thinner. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, they're kind of the same actually. So this is how it looks for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the shadow that fell, and then I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. Because I feel like if you go in too quick after wiping off your makeup with a makeup wipe, it's harder for your foundation to just stick on. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyebrows, you know, because we look kind of funky. Honestly, I should have done my eyebrows first, but I don't know what I was thinking. Quarantine got me all kinds of, I don't know, messed up. I should have honestly waxed my eyebrows. Should I do eyebrows like hers or do my regular everyday eyebrows? Maybe I should do like a mixture of both, like kind of sketch out my eyebrow first and then make it a little more feathery, because hers like feathery in the picture. And do some hair-like strokes. Okay, so I'm gonna try and attempt to make my eyebrows look a little more natural. Let's see, I'm gonna try brushing them out with a spoolie and putting hairspray on it. So what I like to do, I like to keep all my empty eyebrow brushes, the ones that I already finished, and then I'll use the spoolies to spray hairspray on them. I don't like to put hairspray on these spoolies just so I can have the softness on it in case. I will take a hairspray and I will spray the spoolie and make sure I coat it, and I will brush up and outward like that so it can give me that feathery look. We obviously are going to fill in our eyebrows, but I just want to do this before. And also a thing that I like to do so it won't have too much hairspray on the spoolie, I'll kind of tap it on my hands before I place it on my eyebrows, just so the hairspray won't overpower the product and it will take away some of the product, because it's happened to me before and I took off my eyebrows because it looked so bad. But yeah, you just want to get that tackiness on the spoolie. I forgot I lost my eyebrow brush. So I lost my eyebrow brush from the last video. I cannot seem to find it anywhere, like at all. I'm just literally waiting until I find it again because I don't want to buy a new one. But I'm gonna go back in with this brush, the Anastasia brush that I was telling you about, the angled one. I'm gonna go back in with this shade right here called T and kind of just fill in my brows. Then I'll use this spoolie to kind of just brush. So there's one brow, and then I'm gonna do the other really quick. Now I'm going to go ahead and start off with my face. I'm going to be taking the No Pore Blend Primer as I always do. And I'm just putting a little bit on my hand. And then just going to put some everywhere. And I have a pimple. I don't know why it looks purple. It's so weird. Now I'm going to be going in with foundation, and I'm going to be using the MAC Match Master foundation in the shade 1.5. And I already shaked it. Make sure you always shake your foundation just in case like the consistency ever gets a little funky. I honestly don't think this is my shade. I literally hadn't used MAC foundation in like years. And then I finally get the shade that I usually wore, and I don't know if I was even using the right shade in the beginning because I feel like this is too yellow tone for me. I think I have more pink undertones because of all like the rosacea that I have and like stuff like that. And when I'm getting close to that liner, I'm being very careful as I'm like going, so I'm going like a little bit slower just so I don't ruin the line or anything like that. So foundation's on. Another thing I like to do is grab like this concealer brush. This is the Morphe M124 brush. And I'll get some foundation and I'll kind of just put it on the edge of my brows, just so you don't see like the little white stuff that I have. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, I don't have foundation there. But it's just so much easier to place on foundation with a tiny brush instead of like a beauty blender, because you don't want to risk like kind of smudging your eyebrows or anything like that. There we go. And I always forget this part. Like, I'll be editing and I always forget to show which concealer I'm using. So I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now I'm just gonna, oh wait, let me show the product. I'm gonna set with the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 235, and this is their matte and poreless one. I'm just going in very light-handed because this powder is so dark on me. It has so much pigment to it. Oh my goodness. So now we're gonna move on to the cheekbones, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. And this is super warm tone because she does have like a very warm tone bronzer on. But we're also gonna contour as well, just because she has really defined cheekbones. And we kind of want to get that effect as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and contour and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is their powder formula, and this is light to medium. Okay, you can totally see the difference from contour. And what I like about this shade, this cool tone shade from the contour kit, is that it's not too dark to where it'll look muddy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to nose contour, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's so hard to nose contour, so yeah, I'm gonna just be fixing that up right now. And this is the Revolution Luxury Banana Powder. So amazing, I would highly recommend. Just wiping off that powder. It leaves such a strong pigment to it that you can really see the definition and the defining that you're doing with the powder. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. So I'm gonna be taking this Anastasia angled brush. I already shown it to you guys. Then I'm gonna be going back in with the James Charles palette, going in with this black shade right here. And when I'm getting to the end, I'm kind of just leaving a little space there. This is how it should look. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, going back in with that shade Sparks, and in with my E17 brush as well. Then we're just going to go over that. Then I'm going to go back in with my Morphe 35O palette and dive into this orange shade there that we use as our transition shade. Now we're going to pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so now for the next part. I was anticipating it so bad. I really was obsessed with her lips, and I loved how she had like this dark upper kind of like lip liner on top, and it was like brown, but I don't have a brown lip liner, so I'm just gonna have to do with what I have. And so I'm grabbing an angled brush, and I'm also using this liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is their liquid lipstick in the shade Daddy. This was in collaboration with Manny MUA. So basically, I'm just taking the angled brush and I'm gonna place it on as if it were lip liner. Now that the lips are lined, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Cosmetics matte lipstick in the shade Taupe. And I love this lipstick. It's just such a pretty shade. And I'm just like tapping it on. I don't want to put so much color since her lips look very light in the picture. And now I'm going to be adding some gloss. Not that her lips were glossy, but she does have a little bit of glare to them. So I'm going to make them a little more moist. So I'm going to be going in with this Steve Laurent lip oil. This is in the shade Orchid. Now we're going to move on to highlight. I'm going to add very little just because you can't even see any on her. For photo shoots, you usually want to try and minimize that highlight just because it does appear so much on the camera and it makes you kind of look greasier in a sense. So you want to try and make it just look soft and natural. You don't want it to be too much to where it's over exaggerating. And then I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection in her Dark Magic palette and kind of just putting that in between the two black lines that we had there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows one more time and make them look a little bit feathery. And for the last finishing touch, we are gonna put the mole that she has. So I'm just gonna be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I didn't even mention that I use this for my eyebrows, but this is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4, and I'm going to be putting a mole just there. Perfect. This is the finished look. I am not going to try and attempt to do the hair because I can't do hair for the life of me. It's so hard. But yeah, this is the finished look and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you followed along, girl, you look snatched, you look amazing, you look so beautiful, you look so bomb, okay? Show it to me, DM me, message me. I would love to see you guys try to follow along with me and created the look that I was doing with you guys. If you guys really enjoyed this look, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And so yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye!